Are modern Bible versions products of the Roman Catholic Church? I've seen a few statements like these. Modern Bibles are not a product of biblical Christianity. Another one says, your modern version is Roman Catholic. Why? Because according to critics, the United Bible Societies has the backing of the Vatican. What's their evidence? This quote, "The text shared by these two editions was adopted internationally by Bible societies. And following an agreement between the Vatican and the United Bible Societies, it has served as the basis for new translations and for revisions made under their supervision." That's in the Nestle-Aland New Testament Greek text, 27th Revised Edition, on page 45. The United Bible Societies produces the UBS Greek text, now in its 5th edition, which is the same text as the German Bible Society's Nestle-Aland Greek text, currently in its 28th edition. The UBS critical apparatus is geared more for pastors and students. The Nestle-Aland critical apparatus is produced with scholars and translators in mind. One King James onlyist, Ken Motto, wrote in an article called "Your Modern Version is Roman Catholic." There is one thing that Satan and his minions can always count on, and that is the fact that 99% of all Christians will never check anything out before they buy, accept, or defend. Although I disagree with Ken Motto's King James onlyism, I do think he has a point on this quote. Many Christians will never check anything out before they take something and run with it. That's why for many years, I have continually encouraged my members and students not to take my word for anything. Always look it up and make sure that I'm telling you the truth. Unfortunately, I think this is one of the major reasons why extreme King James onlyism is so prevalent today. That being said, let's drill into this accusation that modern Bibles are products of the Roman Catholic Church. Let's look at their definitive evidence that tells us that modern versions are products of the Roman Catholic Church. The text shared by these two editions was adopted internationally by Bible societies and following an agreement between the Vatican and the United Bible Societies, as it has served as the basis for new translations and for revisions made under their supervision. First, the New King James Version is not based on the Nestle-Aland Greek text. It is based on the same underlying Greek and Hebrew text as the King James Version. Many people don't know that, so we can eliminate the New King James from being impacted by any so-called agreement between the United Bible Societies and the Roman Catholic Church. Secondly, the Nestle-Aland 27th edition is the first edition to publish this particular agreement. The 27th edition was first published in 1993. That means that only Bibles printed after 1993 could have been impacted by this agreement. Let's look at some specific Bibles and see whether or not they're impacted. The NASB, the New American Standard Bible, was first published in 1971. It was updated in 1977 and again in 1995. It's also been updated again in 2020. The Nearly Inspired Version, old habits are hard to break. The NIV, I'm joking, the NIV was published in 1978 and updated in 1984. A major revision was published in 2011. The NLT was published in 1996. The ESV was published in 2001. The CSB was published in 2017. And the LSB, which I'm quite fond of, and by the way, if you want to know why, ask me about my shirt. It was published in 2021 and is based on the New American Standard 1995 edition and the Nestle-Aland 27th edition. So as you can see, depending on what version you use and what edition of that version you may have, you may or may not have a version that is based on the Nestle-Aland 27th edition Greek text. But does that mean you just might have a Bible that is a product of the Roman Catholic Church? Well, not if you use any of the versions I just mentioned to you. Why can I say that? Let's go back to the quote once more and just focus on the end of that. It said that it has served as the basis for new translations and for revisions made under their supervision. Now, the statement does not say that the Roman Catholic Church is making revisions and supervising the textual criticism of the United Bible Societies. It simply says that the UBS Greek text will serve as the basis for new translations and for revisions made under their supervision. The Roman Catholic Church will use the UBS text for translations that the Roman Catholic Church produces or has supervision over. Now, they certainly don't have supervision over the versions that I listed previously. Here are a list of Catholic versions produced since 1993. The St. Joseph New Catholic Bible, the Revised New Jerusalem Bible, the ESV Catholic Edition, the NLT Catholic Edition, the New American Bible Revised Edition, the New Catholic Bible, the Revised Standard Version Second Catholic Edition, the New Revised Standard Version Catholic Edition, the Good News Translation Catholic Edition. So unless you have one of these Bibles, you have nothing to worry about. Someone made the statement, our evangelical pastors would not dare let the Nestle-Aland editors edit their Sunday school materials, yet they allow these men to edit their New Testament. Now, if I may, I want to address the blatant hypocrisy in making such an accusation. Many of our King James only friends will make these accusations while being fully aware that the King James Version is based largely on the work of Desiderius Erasmus, a Roman Catholic priest and theologian. Many King James Version onlyists try to get around this by suggesting that he wasn't a practicing priest or that he tried to reform the Roman Catholic Church. They fail to tell you that he adamantly defended the Roman doctrine of transubstantiation. He also debated Martin Luther advocating for the Roman Catholic view when it comes to the bondage or the freedom of the will. Many King James Version onlyists will quickly point out that Erasmus' work was banned by the Roman Catholic Church. Well, that's true, but it happened years after Erasmus died. And it was only because the Roman Catholic Church was unable to control the translation of the Bible into various languages, not because Erasmus strayed from Roman Catholic doctrine or dogma. Even worse than Erasmus is the nearly 24 times that the King James translators left any known reading of the Greek Textus Receptus and instead chose to follow the reading of the Latin Vulgate, translated by Jerome, the personal secretary to the Pope. The beloved King James Version has quite the Roman Catholic influence behind it. But let's be intellectually honest. That does not make it Roman Catholic. Statements like this require stepping away from history. It isn't historical and it isn't healthy. This is another area where unnecessary and unwarranted division is injected into the church because of this divisive argument. Like a wedge, it drives hardcore King James Version onlyists away from fellowship with those who really are of like faith and practice but simply use a different English translation. The funny thing is that it doesn't stop there. The King James Version not only has a strong Roman Catholic influence, but it has a very heavy Calvinistic influence. Many King James Version onlyists, but not all, have an equal amount of hate towards Calvinism as they do Rome. Now, some will even ridiculously argue that they're one and the same. When Erasmus died, his work was picked up by Stephanus. He was John Calvin's printer in Geneva. When he died, his work was continued by Theodore de Beza. Beza was John Calvin's successor in Geneva. The two primary editions of the Textus Receptus used by the King James translators was Beza's 1598 and Stephanus' 1550 editions. But wait, there's more. All 47 of the translators who worked on the authorized version confessed the 39 Articles of Religion of 1571, historically defining statements of doctrines and practices of the Church of England. And those 39 articles tied every Anglican clergyman to Calvinistic doctrine, especially during the reign of King James I, who was a lifelong doctrinal Calvinist. Here's my point. The King James Version is not a Catholic Bible. Neither are the NASB, the NIV, the NLT, the ESV, the CSB, or the LSB. I've shown you which ones are. And since I recently quoted in another video Abraham Lincoln and his statement about not believing everything you read on the internet, how about I leave you with this powerful truth from Proverbs 18:17. The first to plead his case seems right until another comes and examines him. Before we go, I just wanted to say thanks to the young man who came and encouraged me last night, a teenager, came up to me last night at a restaurant and just let me know that he's been watching my videos, that he's encouraged by them, and that they're a blessing to him. And I just wanted to say thank you, because that was like gasoline on a fire. That was just such an encouragement, and I am extremely grateful for that. And to all of you who have given me encouragement like that, I just want you to know that I deeply appreciate it. And I pray the Lord blesses each and every one of you. And for those who disagree with me, I appreciate the dialogue as well. And thank you for your questions. Thank you for the opportunity to converse with you, to debate these topics with you in comments and conversations, in phone calls. And I look forward to doing that much, much more.